Okay, so I have my brass eyelet, and on this side I scraped it up quite a bit with the emery cloth. And as you can see, I put a lot of E6000 glue on there. What's nice about this glue, again, is that it's got a gel consistency, like a gel toothpaste, so I just put it on there and it stays where I put it. And now I'm going to stick this down onto the Kevlar right here. And it's also going to stick to my finger, obviously. And that's it. I can smooth out the glue a little bit. Now, it's not going to really matter how much glue you use there because it's going to stick into the fiber. So that's what's nice about using the E6000 glue, is that it's got this gel consistency. It'll stick into the fiber. And when it hardens, it's going to be similar to an epoxy. If you use the CA glue, that's not going to work. The felt is going to soak it up like a sponge. It's just going to sink right in. Then you've got basically a stiff piece of hard felt. So this is how I'm going to connect everything together. I'm going to connect the loop through a cord to this loop here, to the streamer, and hook together the entire recovery system. So now I have to let this dry for about an hour or two. So I let this dry for about an hour on a heat rack. A heat rack is just a little portable room heater that I face upward, and it produces a nice updraft of warm heat. But this is dry, and you can see I just cut the center out. And it's pretty easy to do. Just flip it over like this, and then follow a sharp knife around the edge of the washer, and the center of it cuts out quite easily. So now this is going to need to fully harden over the course of maybe one more day. So this glue does dry relatively fast. It's really nice, but the strength is developed, like many epoxies. It takes about a day for the strength to really complete its chemical process. So the recovery cord is going to be made out of this 100-pound Kevlar. I've been using this for the rest of the rocket. Again, it's fairly narrow. It's about 0.8 of a millimeter, but it does hold 100 pounds, so it's sufficient for what we're doing. So I just cut a 5-foot length of Kevlar cord and put a little CA glue on each end to keep it from fraying. And I did a video about that. So I'm going to use this as my recovery cord. The next step is to tie a loop knot on the end. That's the overhand loop knot, or sometimes called the fisherman's knot. And this only needs to be big enough to pass the nose cone through. So here's the nose cone, and you see this is very easily big enough to pass the nose cone through. We're going to need this in order to tie the knot later, and we need this loop on this end.